Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey everyone. Oh my gosh, so I had to restart my video, but I did some meditating before I started this video, and I just wanted to come to you all and say that, hi, how are you? Are you okay? Do you need a hug? Do you need some water? Do you need some affirmations? Do you need some reassurance? Do you need just some extra care? And I say this because I feel this whole year has been very unpredictable for everyone. Even though we did have some good happenings and events in our life this past year, it's just been, I've been finding, it's been about finding like the silver lining in a lot of the situations that I'm in and just being grateful for what I have. Not trying to expand too far, too wide, too fast, and really just like, making sure that I am a level and a fair person. I think a lot of the times we get into this space where we feel like we're right and our feelings are right and we want to justify our feelings. But there's actually a moment where I think a lot of us come into this knowledge of, I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I'm trying to find words to say it, but we are really coming to a point. You guys are all finding out that I'm not the best person. I don't react in the best ways. I don't, judge others in fairness. I judge them based off of like how I've been treated in the past. And I'm just here to confirm and just kind of let you guys know that it's okay to misjudge people. It's okay to misjudge yourself. It's okay to not always want to be masculine. It's okay to not always want to be feminine. I think that playing a role and just us putting each other in these categories and these subcategories has really took a strain on our mental health, because you can be multiple things at once. And I wanted to before I get into the tarot, I wanted to pull some cards for the divine feminine, because I know you guys have really been feeling it. I'm not saying that the divine masculines haven't. I'm just saying most of the time women have to think for everybody. We have to act on our own. We don't have always like the support system that a lot of people think that we do, because a lot of it turns around once you start becoming successful. And I know that happens in the male community as well, but it's kind of given. Like, that's almost like one of the things that are written in the book, that I feel like you guys operate at a different scale, where how women are judged and how we are judged, and how we judge each other. So I just wanted to pull some cards for you guys just to kind of see how you're feeling and channel a little bit of your energy. Before I start, I am going to be doing a prayer. Okay, so let's get into that. You can go ahead and take 2 deep breaths with me. One last one. Heavenly Father, ancestors, spirit guides, protective mother, and godmother, we call you in today for this reading to give us extra insight as far as reassurance and just giving a collective reading for the divine feminine. If you could please unlock certain parts that need to be shown and illuminate certain areas that needs to be illuminated or just brought to the forefront, just so we can take the problems that they're having straight on and make sure that they have the solution that they need, the direction that they need, the strength that they need, the courage, and just overall an understanding that you have their back and we're here to support you in any way. A lot of you have been working in the sacral chakra and you don't know what makes you happy and you feel a little lost. So we're going to get some insight on that today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being with me and helping me connect with the collective. If you're not called upon, you're not welcome in this reading. Amen. So let's pull some cards for you guys. I think I'm just going to go from the middle deck and then just pull. I hate you. Sorry, these are backwards because my camera's not backwards. But it says, I hate you. Let's get another one. Okay, 2 came out. I fear not having friends. And the last one, can't teach an old dog new tricks. So, what I'm getting right now is you guys hate the fact that how your lives are right now. A lot of you could be going through separation in a relationship, separation with family, separation with the job, separation with like your old version of yourself. And I really do feel like you're ready to tap out. You're tired. You're tired of the communication. You're tired of your friends not showing up authentically. You're tired of not finding people who actually get it and who actually get you. And that's very tiring. And I'm sorry. And I'm sad to even like the emotions that are going through my body right now. It could literally like make me break down and cry because I don't know who this message is for, but you've been people pleasing for so long and you've been trying to find things that work for you for so long, and people could even look at your life and make it seem like not even that it's easy for you, but like you should be grateful, you know, with the things that you have. And it's almost like that Britney Spears, like, she's so lucky. She's a star, but she cries in her lonely heart. That song. And it's almost like people look at you and you're like, you have everything, like, you know, you have a good job, like you're beautiful, you are, you know, somebody who's really lovable and likable, but you still are asking for more. And I'm here to let you guys know that I know that you feel like that about yourself, but it's not about what it's not about what you think that you should be perceiving to other people. It's all about how you feel at the moment. I feel a lot of you guys have like this null, like rushed over feeling. Like it's almost like it is the wounded warrior, but it's almost like if you were standing in the cold and that warrior was standing like in a blizzard storm. It's just like, even though there's a person inside that armor, the armor's thick. The armor is like frozen together. It's like you can't get past it. You can't get past the barrier as far as like getting to know you as a person. And I find it also crazy that sometimes we have to be super vulnerable and let ourselves get hurt and let ourselves be completely broken to reconstruct and to rebuild ourselves, because it's hard. I don't care what anyone says. It's one of the hardest things that you can do as a human. And the fact that the process for you specifically keeps coming, it keeps happening over and over and over for you, and you feel like this time you might not be able to make it through this next reconstruction phase. Okay, so that's where that I hate you and fear not having friends and can't teach an old dog new tricks. You guys are just a little bit tired and feeling unlovable. Okay, let's get some more messages. What's your issue? Okay, a little bit of irritability. Let's get one more. Let's get two more. I made a mistake. Okay, not being able to trust your intuition. Healing takes too much work. I'll pass. So yeah, you guys are literally in a frozen time zone. And the fact that I wrote these in different colors of like our chakra system, what's your issue? Let's start with that. So you guys are probably feeling a little bit irritable. I don't know if you guys have done any exercises as far as asking different versions of yourself what it needs or what it needed at the time for them to feel complete, to feel loved, to feel understood, to feel understood, however you want to put it, to make that person in the past of who you were, make them feel whole and complete. What can you offer that version of yourself right now? And maybe that's what the issue is, as far as you not being able to find out or figure out like the next step is because this step and this is repeating because maybe you haven't taken the time out to figure out what your past version self needed. And that's why there is this ongoing, like, this is changing, this is changing, this is changing. And people tell me all the time, like, figure out kind of like what you want and then kind of like go from there. I never knew what I wanted. I still don't know what I want half of the time right now. I know that I want to be safe. I know I want to feel loved. I do want to have friends. I do want to have like a healthy family and friends relationship, a healthy work environment. But because I haven't experienced any of these things, I am the first person to make these things work. I am the first person who keeps pushing for equality and like individualism in areas and spaces where it gets taken away from people a lot of the time. So I don't want you to feel like you are never gonna get or know what you're ever gonna like want in life. I just think because this is here, I made a mistake. You feel like you can't trust your intuition because you can't see how far you came. You can't see the goals. You can't see what you've achieved. You have, nothing outside of yourself besides material things that you can, and there's a difference. So let me start over. There's material things that you have that you're like, okay, this is what I've acquired along the way. But from what you've been through, you think that you would have more, right? A house, maybe a better car, maybe a better place to live, like furniture and like, bedding and like fancy sculptures or expensive plants, whatever you find valuable to you. You haven't reached that development stage yet. And there's also the part of you that has so much memory, so much experience, so much trauma, so many like just different emotions that you've like expressed, and also again went through your mind, just overthought a lot of the time. Like there's a range of emotions that you just fluctuate through a lot of the time, and it's almost becoming too much. So healing takes too much work, and I'll pass. I can feel a lot of you guys right now not wanting to choose the healing, because you feel too anxious to get into that, because some of you might lose your job if you get into too much into the healing phase. Some of you might lose relationships that you're not really willing to give up right now because of this healing stage. And so I get it. So let's see more a little bit what you're feeling, and then we'll go into the tarot. This shall pass too. Okay. So remember that range of emotions that I was talking about? Like you guys are going to have a different way of thinking. This is just something that needs to be, like, the attention needs to be in this area right now, because if you don't want it to come up in a meeting, do you? You don't want it to come up when it's someone's wedding. You guys don't want it to come up like in these like life-changing moments because you didn't take the time out, or I'm just going to be honest with you. If you're going to blow up at anybody, let it be people who are okay with you blowing up at them, not people who are not okay with it. Okay. And places that are appropriate. So blowing up at the waiter, the food staff, probably not the right place. Maybe talking to, your aunt, who you guys talk shit to each other sometimes. Maybe that might be the person, and ask if it's okay. Nourishment. Okay. So a lot of you guys have been thinking about finding new ways to give back to yourself and give back to your body. I'm hearing a lot of you guys are starting to think supplements might be a good way. Always eating fruits and vegetables is like a good way too, but like those supplements and nourishment is going to be the number one way to just get you from having like that pit in your stomach. I know I be feeling like that. I know a lot of you guys be knowing what I'm talking about with, like, there's like a pit in your stomach sometimes when you don't eat good, and it just kind of feels like empty. So definitely eat some like good fruits and vegetables. Go to a farmer's market if you can. And the last one is, if I could take it back, I would. So a lot of you guys had a different life before you started this journey. I'm getting for the past 1 to 3 years, you guys have been on like this different journey of trying to make things work, trying to live out like the dreams that have been presented to you. But it just doesn't seem like it's working out in a way that is actually beneficial to you. It's causing a lot more of those experiences and those teaching moments. And again, I'm sad to hear that, but I definitely do feel like once you start giving back to yourself, and once you start understanding that the journey is about you, just let people fall off, let situations fall off. Who cares about that job? If you're somebody that knows that they can get a job, just start, set yourself up where things make sense, so you can actually like discover yourself and certain parts of yourself that are going to make you feel whole again. Okay. And at the bottom it says finances. So I think you guys, with finances and just learning how to budget a little bit more, it is going to make you just a little bit more free to do the things that you want to. Maybe you don't want to spend $75 because you think that that's a lot, or you don't want to take a trip because it's cutting out of like your money that you saved up. You're abundant. You can definitely make this money back, but I definitely, the energy is, it's real heavy, and I know that a lot of you guys are feeling like giving up. So let's try to get a little bit more inspiration. I did shuffle these, but I want to shuffle them again because it's habit. So you guys are feeling down, you're feeling sad, you're feeling like Also, you guys are feeling like your work situation isn't going to work out for you just because you're so tired of waking up every day. And I feel it. I'm also tired of waking up. But one thing when I watch, oh, this is the card that came out again. One thing when I watch tarot card videos, I don't really talk about the things that we already know. I want to talk about some things that you guys haven't been seeing and what you can expect in the future. So this judgment, because it's not justice, this is a situation where divine timing is going to show up. Divine timing is going to come in and change some things for you. It looks like you have been doing the work and you've just kind of like been on your boat and been on your ship in the middle of the sea, just kind of, this is it, looking up to like the Lord, just back against like the bottom of the boat, looking up towards the sky, watching the clouds go by, imagining food, imagining all these wonderful things, imagining the life you used to have. Maybe you used to live with your family, maybe you used to live, with a good friend, maybe it was somebody that you considered like family, and you're just looking up at the sky, and all of a sudden like you see some huge hand come down and some wings fly, like out of nowhere. That's what this judgment card is doing. It's bringing something so divine to you that you didn't see it coming, something that you're praying for. It's almost like they're parting the way so some sunshine can come through. There's been a lot of gloomy days. I feel like you guys haven't had a lot of fun. Even when you laugh, it's not something that makes you laugh in your core. Let's get some more messages. Tell me more about this judgment that's coming in. What's this judgment? It's almost like as above, so below as well, So it's just like if you've been doing things to make things work and trying to just be calm in the moment and be present, there's like another universe. There's another like dimension where another version of you is trying to do the exact same thing, and maybe you guys are working on the same path and the same wavelength where it comes together and it just creates like an abundancy of change in your life. Okay, what other messages do we have? I'm gonna have to get some more tarot cards. I have other ones, but these ones, there's 2 decks that are my favorite. Only flipped over cards, please, Spirit. Thank you. So I have the King of Pentacles. I do see a lot of you guys coming into like, your money. I don't know. Give me my money. Yay. I see a lot of you guys coming into money or somebody that has money. With the yellow, it kind of looks like the trumpet is bringing this person to you. Maybe there's a King of Pentacles in your life that, you look at them and you're like, you do really good with money. How do you balance your, checkbook? How do you budget every month? Like, what do you spend your money on? Like, you look really good. I need to do that. But it's not somebody that initially you would think that you would look to for advice. Let me get some more information on this King of Pentacles, because I'm telling you, like, it's not the person that you think that it would be. It would be like, oh, like I remember meeting you. Yeah. How have things been? Things have been great. Good. Oh, that's so wonderful. Yeah, things have been wonderful. And then you're just like, okay, well, maybe we should connect. And they're like, well, I'm also a financial advisor, so let me know if you have like any questions. Like, I do it for free. And you're like, what? You do it for free? Like, that's so wonderful. So please tell me more about this King of Pentacles, because I feel like that's how you guys are going to meet this person. They could be also a Taurus, Libra, Gemini, right? That's what the signs are. That's what the earth signs are. I don't know. It was like, I know Taurus is one. Let me see. And I do see bulls on the back of this person's chair. This person also... I'm like, give me a second. I feel... Let me get some more, because I feel like with this 4 of Pentacles, I need to know if it's you or the other person. I'm really feeling like it's you, collective. I'm really feeling like you guys are being stingy with money, being stingy with finances, being stingy with your success. You don't want to let other people help you. My thing is like, let me ask this, Spirit, how have people been trying to help the collective, in which ways? Because sometimes words words can only help people so much. Sometimes people do need that action, that assertive action, to kind of help. And what's the issue here with the collective not wanting to get help? I'm seeing like cobwebs and stuff like that. Tell me more information on how people have been trying to help the collective. Okay, so I got, let me see, 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. Okay, so I'm definitely getting, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I don't know what the confusion is here from Spirit, and the confusion is, maybe this is it. I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. The people around you don't help you because they think that you are not as in deep of trouble as you're making it seem, so they don't really help you like that. And then because you're the Queen of Wands, right? You're the Queen of Wands for sure. So this person doesn't really, they see you as somebody who's very abundant and that can make money. Also, like how you talk and how you represent yourself, you don't look like you're really struggling. So that's why people don't help you. But with this Ace of Pentacles and this 8 of Pentacles that we have here, you need to tell people how they can help you. And if they can't help you in that way, then maybe these aren't the people that can help you in that way. And I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of you guys say that no one helps you, and then you don't say how they can help you. So it's like, hey, could you look at some apartments for me? That's what I'd be like. I'd be like, no one's helping me. And they're like, why? Like, well, I'm trying to move. Could you look for some apartments for me? That would be helpful. Could you be a co-signer for me for this $4,500 fucking house? No, yes, like that would be a service to me. That would be help to me. That's like the extra, stuff that I need in my life. So if you guys are not asking your friends or the people around you, or even this King of Pentacles that comes in, that you might not get the things that you want when, they're trying to bring some type of judgment into your life. But I think the universe is going to bring this King of Pentacles so they can help you fix your mindset and stop being so, frivolous. And the things that you actually care about, like it should be opposite. Like you should care about more hanging out with family, hanging out with friends, building connections with people, building up the community. And a lot of you guys are focused on money and focused on, like how to build like upwards at your job rather than, building the community up. Like I know people want to have more money, but sometimes you just have to make do with what we have. Ooh, pissing me off. I also wanted to say a lot of you guys are real angry on the inside. I know some of you might not come off like it, or a lot of you guys are very used to being, again, people pleasers, passive aggressive, mundane about certain situations. I can feel that if you really had the chance to blow up on somebody and really take one out on someone, you definitely would. So I would suggest going off on site. I would suggest, because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of people make it seem like if you're someone that has resentment on the inside, that if you just go work out, it goes away. It slowly takes off the pressure, but depending on how much you have inside, and there's still traumatic things that happen in life, sometimes like you're gonna blow up on people and you don't mean to, and sometimes you don't. Maybe you're not that type of person, but it's still self-harm if you separate yourself from people for a long time. Like there's no reason why I should be talking to people and they say that, oh, I want a date, but they haven't been on a date in 5 years. They haven't been on a date in 3 years. They tried to date, but because the date didn't go well, because they haven't been outside for so long, they thought that the other person was weird because they don't have any social norms anymore because they always stay inside. Like things like that, like that's still an issue. That's still a problem. That's still one of these things here that need to be looked at. It's still one of those, like, why do you feel like other people have to please you and appease to you when you're also a part of the equation? That's also something that I want to talk about too. And this is for the cross watcher. There's probably a cross watcher watching this saying, okay, well, the, divine feminine hasn't been doing this for me, or the divine masculine hasn't been doing this for me. This is the divine feminine reading anyway. So it would be the divine masculine who's watching, or Jezebel. But yeah, like she's not doing anything for me, or he's not doing anything for me. And this is how I feel. And I think they should be this type of way. Why, if they don't even know what you want, why would you, why? And my thing is, let me put a scenario for you. If the divine feminine has already offered love to you, how she likes to be loved, asking for security, asking for reassurance, and then you come back with like some flowers, that's not what she asked for. So it's kind of like, yeah, I think also the cross watchers need to understand that like you can still do nice things for people and still not be of help. Like, oh, holding like what's something that I feel like could be helpful but is also like a small gesture that, it helps create the experience, but it's not the experience. The experience is getting the task done. So if somebody needs to let's see, someone's trying to plan a party and they say, I need you to bring 50 cupcakes and 25 balloons, and then you show up with neither of those and you decided to bring ice because sometimes maybe that's something that we needed, but like literally they asked you to do the two things that were important and you didn't know the value that it brought, but yet you still decided to do something different, and then you still say that, oh, I was helpful. Like, get out of here. Get out of here with that energy. And that's why the divine feminine, I'm so sorry. That's why you guys are so tired, is because you're asking people for stuff and they're coming in bringing other things, saying that like, well, am I still invited to the party even though I brought the ice or I bought plastic bags? It's kind of like, I guess you can come, but you guys need to stop inviting those type of people because they are not helpful. But because you guys are working on yourselves, it does look like there is going to be a 9 of Pentacles. There is going to be some type of restoration that comes when this King of Pentacles, when you guys have like when this judgment moment comes by, there's going to be restoration in your energy. There's going to be love. Your cup is going to be filled. There's going to be peace in the Nile again. I only see it because you guys are going to be so focused on yourself that like you have no time to focus on anybody else. Anybody else who's not focusing on you, look at this. Wheel of Fortune. We're gonna put the Wheel of Fortune right in the middle. Oh, and it looks like the wheel, it looks like you guys are coming up though, because it's like even if he goes this way, like he's going like up on this, he's not going down, he's not sliding down, he's sliding up, you know what I'm saying? So it looks like you guys are on the up and up. And I really do think that like it's really your time to shine and you don't see it. And sometimes I want to give a message also to spirit, even though I know that spirit knows. But spirit, sometimes people don't really have, well, even though you know that we have it in us, sometimes we miss our blessings because we aren't listening to you, obviously. And we're not using the time to give back self-care and make sure our soul's okay, make sure our mental is okay, you know what I'm saying, make sure we're stable like on all levels, mentally, physically, spiritually. But because we don't do that, sometimes we miss our blessings and we miss like our transition into like the next timeline or like wherever we need to be. And a lot of it is just because sometimes the lessons aren't taught by people who care about us. And if that happens over and over and over, it's really hard to know when someone is trying to be here for you because you don't know what it looks like. So I just like to point that out, is sometimes we don't know what it looks like because people has pretended to be it. You don't know what you look like from the outside when you're giving it. You haven't experienced a lot of people. Even when we tap into our intuition, sometimes the messages aren't 100% clear. So like, again, it falls back on us, but I just wanted to let you know that it's still something that we struggle with. So if you know we struggle with it, like, come on, there has to be, we're trying to connect in different ways. They're trying to connect in different ways. Okay, High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, so we got to tap in. But I'm just saying sometimes we miss it because we are in a place where we never experienced it before, and we don't know how to always be open and vulnerable. Because if it keeps happening over and over and over and over, like, we get it, but sometimes we wait and then people don't be coming. So I don't think we're crazy. We're trying to be rational and catch on to the pattern, but the patterns don't be, you guys got to let us know what the patterns is, please. Please, more and more and more. Okay, let's talk about this Wheel of Fortune, and then I'm going to give you guys some affirmation cards because this is already 30 minutes. Actually, we're going to go to a part 2. If you guys want to see the part 2 and see what I'm going to pull for the Wheel of Fortune, let me know, or just go to the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.